My next guest, who's expected to go either the end of the first round or the top of the second round, he is a Big Ten champion quarterback from Michigan State, Connor Cook, here on The Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Connor?
Hey, I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
I'm glad that you are. So you are calling in not from Chicago. Where are you right now?
I'm at my house in Hinckley, Ohio, just hanging out.
Your house, like where you grew up?
Yep, where I grew up.
No kidding. So, like, what posters are on the wall? Like your childhood posters are on the wall there?
Actually, no. So I kind of like remodeled my room like back when I was in sixth grade and in seventh and eighth grade. I was really into snowboarding.
Okay.
So all the places that I went to snowboard, like out west, my dad and I went to Keystone, we went to Breckenridge, we went to in Aspen. I would take those trail maps and I would laminate those, and I would put those up on the wall. And those were my posters. And then, when I went off, into high school, kind of moved those and kind of remodeled my room. When I committed to Michigan State, I put up a poster of Michigan State, Michigan State themed. And then when I went off to college, I took some of that with me. And then really now the only thing that's, up on the wall is a panorama photo of Michigan State's football field. And then a Michigan State clock. It's a pretty bare room, though. Nothing really else.
Bare bones now. The Michigan State clock. So what is it? Got a picture of Bubba Smith on it to go real old school. What do we have? We got Le'Veon. Is it a Le'Veon Bell alarm clock? What is it? What do we got?
It's just a normal clock. And it has a Spartan head on the left and has a football on the right. It's really nothing too crazy. There's no player on it, no specific player or anything like that.
Now, how does one go from the state of Ohio to get to East Lansing? How'd that work, Connor?
Well, I wasn't that highly recruited. My junior year of high school, I threw for Barrett. We weren't a really quarterback-friendly offense. We ran the ball a lot. But I didn't really have the stats. That kind of stood out. I threw for a little over 1,000 yards. I had 9 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. So I think any coach would look at that stat line and be like, hey, yeah, we're going to pass on them. So wasn't like I had the crazy numbers that coaches looked at. But for whatever reason, Coach Narduzzi, he was in recruiting a kid a year older than me when I was a sophomore, and the kid was a junior. So I went, this is like during a lift after school, and I grabbed the football to go throw to him so Coach Narduzzi can look at him. Just, he was like an athlete. He could play offense, defense, running back, receiver, whatever. And Narduzzi left that workout liking me better than the other kid. And then he went back to Michigan State, told the coaches about me. Then I had my junior year. Obviously, it wasn't the best year, but for whatever reason, they still liked me. And they were the only team that kind of, was always there. I mean, other schools would send me, other stuff that it was the basic mail that they sent every other kid. But Michigan State, Coach Narduzzi would always send me these handwritten letters every week. So then after the season, I went up there for a visit. They were the first to offer. Thought that was, because recruiting nowadays is you get one offer, then a bunch of other schools feel like they have to offer, so it's kind of like a game. But Akron offered me after that, Miami of Ohio offered me after that, and really it was kind of dead. And Michigan State said they were going to take one quarterback. I didn't want to have them, I didn't want to have another kid commit in front of me. Then I was, kind of SOL with other schools, but it was just a great atmosphere there. Thought the coaching staff was awesome. Knew they were solid. Knew they were there to stay. Felt like Coach D was going to be doing some great things with the program. And sure enough, everything that I believed in, everything that I thought that was going to happen, did happen. And I don't think that I could have made a better decision.
So which teams do you think have the strongest interest in you based on your interviews and your working out, Connor?
I would say the top 3 would be San Francisco, Dallas, and Denver. I would say those would be the top 3 for sure. Quarterback needy teams. Right. Obviously Dallas. I mean, they have a quarterback. They have a starter. They know who it is. Obviously Tony Romo. He's been there. He's been doing it for a while. But obviously he's struggled with some injury the last couple of years, and his career might be winding down here shortly. So going there and learning from him and just seeing how he goes to work every day and how he prepares and how he works would be awesome. But then San Francisco and Denver, obviously teams that need a quarterback. That would also be cool as well. And
what did you do about the issue that was bandied about at the Combine, and I'm sure you've heard it, about your leadership skills and the fact that you weren't a captain every game in your senior year, your last year there at Michigan State? How did you deal with those questions that were thrown at you, Connor?
I think I've been asked it, so many times to where I have just a response memorized. But
on your hand? Did you write it down on your hand?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I I've talked about so many times to where, man, I'm just going to continue to give the same answer and just be honest with them. You know, it's so blown out of proportion, the things that are being said, but you know, it's out of my control. What I can control is being me. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm always going to be Connor Cook. I'm not going to be someone I'm not. And I think me being the guy, me being who I am, and me being myself, you know, we were successful. You know, we won a lot of games. I wasn't voted captain. Okay, cool. Was there a reason I wasn't voted captain? Did I do something to not be voted captain? No, I just didn't get the votes. You know, we were successful. People want to question my leadership ability. I mean, we won 34 games when I was starting. You can't win that many games without being a leader. You know, you can't win 2 Big Ten title games, you know, without being. If I didn't get along with my teammates, you know, there would be some point down that line where there wouldn't be success, or, you know, maybe I would get beaten out. Maybe I would lose the job. You don't have that kind of stability when you're not a leader. So people want to, you know, question all that stuff. I mean, it couldn't be further from the truth. But, you know, I'm just looking for this whole process to be over. You know, a team selecting me knowing where I'm going to go, you know, a coaching staff that wants me there. You know, give me the playbook, let me get to work, and let me start grinding. So I'm looking forward to.
So how are you going to spend your draft? Where are you going to be? Right there in your childhood home? Is that where you're going to be chilling?
Yes, sir. Just hanging out here at home. Going to invite a couple family members over, a couple buddies. Not make it like a huge party or anything, but you know, have a good atmosphere. You know, positive energy from everyone else just hanging out here. But yeah, I think Chicago. That's kind of stressful. You know, I want to control my own environment. You know, be comfortable here because, you know, after I get picked, after I'm done, I mean, that's really it's go time. You know, that's when stuff starts to get real, and that's when you got to start grinding. So just trying to, you know, with the time that I have remaining, just you know, spend it with the people that I love most that have always been there for me. And, you know, been with me just along the way.
Now, you're going to watch the NFL Network, Connor, right? I mean, because, look, I know Gruden has you as his top quarterback available, and that might make you want to turn and watch ESPN's coverage. But I'm making this pitch to you here. I think you'll appreciate the quality. I think you'll understand my leadership skills as a Michigan man. We're both together as a Big Ten guy. I'm just throwing that out there for you, Connor, okay?
All right. Yeah, I don't know whichever one we're going to watch. We'll probably be flipping back for both of them. But I don't know.
Because clearly you and Gruden have a relationship. I mean, Gruden has fallen head over heels in love with you, Connor.
Hey,
you've heard that, right?
He seems to like the Michigan State guys. I know he was very fond of Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Just talked to Kirk yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I know he liked Kirk. I know he liked me a lot, but I don't know. I guess he just really likes the Spartans. But he's a great guy. I mean, being able to go there and talk to him,
sure.
And just, you know, pick his brain and have him, you know, coach me up on some things, and then just be around. I mean, just being around him, he's just a great guy. I mean, he's fun, he's funny, he's charismatic, he's passionate. It was just a great opportunity to go there, and I've watched the show growing up too. I mean, watching it, you know, seeing Cam Newton be on it, Andrew Luck, you know, Andy Dalton, and then obviously Kirk and those guys, and to finally be able to be on the show. I mean, I always dreamed about being on it. Never actually thought that I'd be on it because I know our QB coach at Michigan State, Coach Salem, he would always say in our meetings, he's like, "Oh, I was getting you ready for Gruden, getting you ready for Gruden," in all of our meetings. And I would always just like shake my head. I'm like, "Yeah, I'll probably never be on it." So to actually, you know, be on it, go down there and just have a good time. It was awesome.
Well, look, man, not bad for a snowboarder. It all seems to be working out, Connor. You know, from X Games to the NFL games, it's coming, and I know you're hooked up with Old Spice as well. You've already got a sponsor before you were even a professional, Connor. This is pretty neat. What are you doing with Old Spice?
I know, it's pretty cool. Yeah, so Old Spice was able to work out a deal with them, and couldn't be more thankful. You know, going back all the way to 6th grade, it's the only deodorant that I've ever used. You know, started using After Hours back then, and in this past year, switched over to Swagger. But they got the whole thing now. I mean, they got shampoo and conditioner all in one, so it's not like you got to go and buy, you know, a separate bottle of conditioner.
Yeah, you don't have time for that. You have no time for that.
Yeah, so I don't have any time for that.
No.
So trying to save on some money, trying to, you know, limit the time that I have shopping. Because, you know, once I'm done with that, I got to go watch some film. Can't waste too much time. They got the hair gel, the putty, and the paste. They got the body wash. They got the deodorant, and they, like I said before, they had the shampoo and conditioner. So they got the one-stop shop. I mean, it's great stuff. The smell, the fragrance is awesome, and that's one of the main reasons why I've liked Old Spice so much is just the scent. I think you look at other brands, and it doesn't really smell as good, doesn't last as long. But the Old Spice just has that manly scent that every football player wants to have.
Look at you, man.
Wow.
You nailed it. You nailed it. Oldspice.com for more information. Connor, I look forward to seeing you in the NFL. Hopefully we'll chat down the line when you're a pro and you get your sea legs under you.
Well, hey, thank you for having me. It's always been a pleasure.
Thank you. You got it. That's Connor Cook from Michigan State.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.